You know, I'm not sure what to entitle this video tonight. Perhaps I should call it The Human Zoo. Because that's basically what it's boiling down to. This whole state of affairs with this bin Laden assassination, the killing of a dead man, essentially, is once again instrumental in basically giving some fodder to the masses, some sort of cheering point that they can rally around, while being completely oblivious to the larger implications here. Now, you know, I'm not trying to make myself out to be some sort of an intellectual or anything. I'm not, okay? I'm just a regular person, like anybody else, basically. But if you can't see the mountain of lies coming towards you every single day from our mass media at this point, you know, this after, you know, a total onslaught of 10 years and simply continuing, I basically have to tell you that there is absolutely no hope whatsoever for this country, because if you just keep believing the same bullshit over and over, and then laughing at people who are questioning the bullshit, it's a lost cause. You know, there are probably many people in my generation, and I'm, you know, almost 55, who never believed the official story of the assassination of JFK. It just simply didn't make any sense. And most of the actual evidence, physical evidence, was hidden or completely destroyed beforehand. And like many other writers, or now I guess we're all being called conspiracy theorists on the internet, you know, as soon as you start questioning the official line, you're the conspiracy theorist, you know, you're the nut job. And whatever the government says should be taken at face value no matter what. And that goes for both you know, administrations, Republicans, Democrats, whatever. It's, you know, this is kind of a bipartisan effort. Bipartisan Psy-ops, I might call it. There have been so many false flag situations within United States history alone that you could probably fill a 500-page book with it. So, but as usual, you know, the public doesn't get to hear about it until about 20, 25 years later, when these incidents are no longer of contemporary value, you might say. You know, the Gulf of Tonkin bullshit isn't exactly relevant today in today's media climate anymore. Although it is of value to research that, since it was an exaggerated event and staged to produce a particular outcome. And, you know, for all I know, Osama bin Laden is dead. You know, I truly believe he is dead. Now, whether he died of natural causes many years ago, or whether this, you know, I don't know, a SEAL team went in and killed the guy, is actually, at this point, completely irrelevant. what's relevant here is that even if the SEAL story is true, you know, this is continuously, I mean, the official reports are just like, wow, changing from day to day. First it was 4 helicopters, now it was only 2. Now all of a sudden 79 commandos were involved when you can actually only get 11 people on 1 helicopter. So that would take at least 7 helicopters by my estimation, and all this crap, okay? It's all these details are essentially, we're focusing on irrelevant details while missing the bigger picture here. And the bigger picture is that the American people are being deceived on purpose, as well as the rest of the populations, by the few oligarchs who are actually in control of this mess. And, you know, whether Osama bin Laden is dead or not is going to make very little difference. We shouldn't be cheering this because what we should be questioning all along, and once again, this is not being brought up in the mainstream media. You know, what do you expect? What, you know, is there anything in our U.S. foreign policy that would be even remotely questionable? That question is never asked. So, you know, we're involved in simultaneous wars here overseas, and then of course, you know, with this new media thing now about Osama bin Laden, yes, we can expect retaliatory attacks and all this. So basically the U.S. population is already being prepared for the next scaremongering bullshit out there. You know, some dirty bomb, some train derailment, some you know, chemical release or something else. So that way, you know, we can just continue this complete fake war on terror. Is anybody even asking the question whether warfare on so-called terror makes any sense at all? And I have to tell you, you know, I saw Cindy Sheehan the other day in an interview a couple of days ago, and she did ask that question, and she was immediately shut up by the interviewer. And, you know, she pointed it out, and wow, they couldn't have that on the air. So basically what she was questioning is, well, what she was questioning was Obama's statement that we're not like this. Our nation is not like this. We do not kill innocent people, you know, blah, blah, blah. And she said, well, you know, if we want to take it, you know, if we want to take it seriously, then how come we're launching so many drone strikes at innocent civilians in Pakistan, basically obliterating entire villages, you know, with innocent people in it? But wow, they shut her up completely, but she got a few words in edgewise. And I'm going to try to find that video and post it in my favorites, because she was entirely ramped up, and she asked the right questions. But once you start asking difficult questions, then you will soon find out that the media doesn't like it. Instead, this media asshole focused on her personal situation, her marriage, and then tried to paint the entire picture as if Cindy Sheehan, okay, was some imbalanced person, you know, some person suffering from the detrimental loss of her son, who can't think straight, and now she's using her own loss for a greater cause and as her own personal therapy on top of it. if this is not an insult to any human being, and yes, it's Mother's Day, don't forget that, I don't know what is. So I'm not exactly in the best of moods tonight, and we need to keep speaking out about these issues because it's the only way. It's the only way for the time being. If we're completely shut out with our opinions, then it's like, President Kennedy said, once you make a peaceful revolution impossible, something else will follow. In so many words. So good night, people, and I wanted to also point out something a little bit personal. I have a good friend here on YouTube. His name is Joe, and there might be some followers, people who basically watch my videos and have watched his and so on. This is a very good friend of mine, and he needs your help. He's not feeling too well, and he deserves our support. Any thinking person like that actually does receive the support of others. So I just wanted to point that out. So go over to his channel and try to do what you can, because this this guy wasn't some peacenik just because he was a Democrat. No, he's still a peacenik, and he is just as disillusioned as anyone else out there, and he's not trying to make any political points. He's not running for office. He doesn't want to have control over anything. So keep that in mind, because he was one of the most lucid voices out there during the Bush administration, and he also, was very critical of the Obama administration, which is when many liberals tuned out and basically shoved him aside. And that's not right. Because if you stand on principle, it shouldn't really matter what fucking party you belong to. You do have to stand up for those principles no matter what. And Joe has always been that guy. So, I'll see you later.